Did you know that on LeBonCoin it's possible to rent accommodations? And more importantly, did you know there are all kinds of really weird types of places like lighthouses, Parisian metro cars, even military helicopters? Today we chose to spend the night in the strangest LeBonCoin accommodations we could find. For the first place, we found a listing for an SNCF train station that was turned into a guest house. New location this time, we've just arrived at a train station, it's the Chambretot station.
It's no longer used, but trains still pass by.
That's what we were basically told. Here, on these tracks apparently, there's a tourist train that goes by almost every day, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I think what you're doing is illegal.
Well, is it really illegal? Because cars can drive on the tracks too, so...
Yeah. Yeah, alright, let's go.
Here, it says Station Master, first and second class, station service.
Even the original toilets are still there, though I doubt they're still used as toilets.
Honestly, well, barbecue, that's what I was just thinking, you know, like a place where you have a space like this, well, yeah, barbecue. Honestly, it's cool. It's really, really cool. And above all, actually, you don't realize it, but a train station is like huge, actually. It's because...
Well, it's because the station master used to live there.
Okay, if I'm right, the entrance is there. Welcome to the station. NASA Guesthouse LOL. You start.
Come on, you start.
Okay, well, so here we are in the place where, the heart of the station, where people used to wait. Honestly, what's really, really cool, I think, is that the place hasn't been altered. It really looks like a train station, actually.
Yeah, so this is where the waiting room was, I think, with the...
Do I have style or not?
A bit. Honestly, it looks like a miniature for testing flight simulator stuff.
Damn, doesn't it look like, you know, the thing from Create Mode?
I don't play Create.
Damn.
Parcel drop-off, French National Railway Company.
Do you think luggage looked like this back then?
In movies, yes, but I'm not sure everyone actually used them.
I think back then, people used trunks instead of suitcases, which seemed impractical.
The station master put his things here. No, you actually checked in your luggage, like on a plane.
Yeah, it was really late back then, you know? Steam train, okay, so when does the train come? But they look really cool, look.
It looks like the Orient Express. Now we're at the ticket counter where you get tickets.
I'd like a ticket to Miami, please.
Miami? No, that was yesterday. But there's only one train to Puto.
It's not the same place? That's cool.
The desk is vintage, and I think the phone is too.
Honestly, that's cool. But what did the guy do all day? He was just there.
He was working like people in offices today.
No, but I don't know, like he's at the counter.
He's doing his accounting, he's keeping records.
SNCF handles the accounting. Hello.
I think there were gazettes like that on the trains.
No, I don't think so. Right.
Well, not that one.
Edition 2025. You know what? I'm going to ask you a question and you'll have to find the answer. How does a steam engine work?
With steam.
Okay, so really, you didn't get it. Like, for example, the question I've always asked myself is, imagine you go back in time, you know what you know today? You see, could you recreate a machine? For example, if you found coal, could you build a steam engine?
Actually, I think you surround yourself with people and you give them the ideas and they help you do things. You see, you're like, okay guys, steam can allow us to do this, if we do it right, you know?
No, if you want to do it yourself?
Well, no, you see, you don't know anything about metallurgy, you don't know how to do it, you don't have the basics.
You think you wouldn't make it? You're screwed. Actually, wouldn't it be a good idea to try rebuilding a steam engine ourselves to generate electricity?
Well, it's about trying to recreate an engine, you know?
Yeah, but without experience.
The title is, I'm recreating an engine using my knowledge.
Well, let us know if you're interested, but the concept is really cool. And then we do another episode, I recreate a supersonic plane using my knowledge, okay?
But no, stop, you're not going to watch the daytime train news.
It's fine, but I want to... So, there are 300 square meters of living space? No, but it's a vacation rental of 300 square meters, which means the station was 300 square meters. And as a little anecdote, I think it hasn't been used as a station for something like 60 years. And actually back then, it was the main residence of a guy. Like, the guy lived in the station. In the back, there's a small living room that would be great if the station still operated. To go to work, the train goes right past your house.
Yeah, that would be awesome, like having elevators that open right into your home.
That's the ultimate flex. There's a kitchen.
The description stopped there.
There's a kitchen, and interestingly, a hole in the wall. Look, it's right there. Let's check what's on the other side.
I still don't get what's funny about the hole, but...
It's the bathroom, you know? But the ceiling height here, honestly, for filming, it'd be great. We could make this the main filming room.
You offered to buy it at the end of the video.
It's a bit far, but imagine if there were a direct train to Paris.
Imagine, you go to the train station next to your house and you say, okay, I'm going to the shoot. That's the eco-friendly millionaire.
And you know that SNCF actually has a service for people who want to take a private train. Like, they can reserve a private wagon for you.
But wait, it's not.
Isn't there a crazy idea to try?
That's insane. Trying out services reserved for millionaires.
Just concepts, huh? It's incredible, honestly. So right now we're heading up to where we're actually sleeping. And while we're not sleeping on the second floor, we're on the third. Yeah, there are 3 floors, even in a train station. Here, it looks more like regular apartments, especially since the station master used to live here. It's crazy, but honestly, it's great.
I'm not sure it's great for work.
Well, yeah, basically.
Well, you never really know with people.
But no, but because that means that in the end, you don't need to travel and all that. And besides, if you want to go somewhere, you have the train station nearby.
Also, you know that all bakers in general are like that too.
Yeah, that's true. All the YouTubers too. For them, it's literally in the next room. We're going to show you some pictures of where the station master used to live. Now, well, it's just a regular little furnished apartment. We're going upstairs to see where we'll sleep. Well, actually, this is really like a guest house, but you could host a whole summer camp here.
What's interesting is that these were also living quarters back in the day, and this is where travelers who stopped between 2 trains used to stay.
Yeah, okay, damn. Yeah, but it was so cool. I mean, you could actually stay inside the train station.
Well, yeah, that's cool.
We're sleeping there. Really cool.
Well, nice. Plus, the view is right over the tracks. We'll be able to see if any trains go by.
Interestingly, this place is in a very unusual campground with many other unique places to stay. Because yeah, the person who owns this campground built everything from salvage materials they got on LeBonCoin. It's totally on theme.
I think we're here.
So we've just arrived at the unusual campground.
From the entrance, it's unusual. There's a plane and a rocket.
That's not a rocket, if I may say so. Actually, in military planes before, you couldn't refuel them in flight, so they replaced missiles with those things. They look like a missile, but actually, they were used to store fuel.
You know what gets me? It's that the guy bought this on LeBonCoin. Like almost 80% of the stuff we're going to see at the campsite, it's just random things.
It's on theme. It's true. It's really themed.
You have an emergency stop post bought on LeBonCoin.
The pool is also themed with that thing over there. Honestly, I don't know what it is. What do you think is inside the red thing?
Changing rooms?
It's the changing rooms, okay?
They're changing rooms because next to them you see the phone thing, that's a shower. It's stylish, huh? And next to it you've got RATP signage panels.
The person who set up the campsite clearly loves signs. There are signs everywhere. Honestly, I think it's a really cool idea. Like all the accommodations, because we did a sort of mini tour before, but all the places we saw, they're like super stylish, seriously.
He said it was his thing now, that really it was his big kid playground.
Yeah, totally. But what's really smart, even from a business point of view, is that, well, you come the first year, you're on the plane, then you think, I really want to try the helicopter, then I want to try the other thing, and so on.
Since you bring your kids, they want to try everything too.
Yeah, for sure. Kids must love it. That's one of the rare things that hasn't been taken over. I think he's the one who built the rocket like 13 meters, so he took the design from Ariane.
It's 1/3 the size, while the real Ariane rocket is 3 times larger.
So we've arrived at the first unusual accommodation. It's a Nantes tramway. Well, we're not going to show too much because there are people inside. Really, in this campsite, there's literally like everything and anything. Does that remind you of something or not?
Yeah, I know he thought of it when I did. We took a photo to show.
It was when we went near Marseille. We did the Minecraft mines. We explored a Minecraft mine.
Yeah, the minecart. And what I love is the detail. You know, he actually painted a rock with fake gold to make.
But yeah, I hadn't even noticed.
You see, I think that's cool. And people, they throw stuff in there, of course. You've got a piece of lollipop, a piece of... You know, I think that's a human bias. When people see something like that, they think it looks like a trash can.
That could be an experiment. Make holes and see if people toss things in.
Yeah, but don't make that a headline.
Now we're at the coolest place we found.
It's my favorite.
But it's incredible.
What gets me is that they're always remodeling real things. Good luck finding a subway car for sale on Craigslist. And what he explained, and what's interesting, is that in the end it's not that expensive because nobody buys that, nobody has the space to store that stuff. So that's why he picks up a lot of things.
The cool part was that the guy perfectly recreated the Paris subway's look.
He even made a subway sign with Saint Michel Chef, the town we're in.
Alright, we're getting closer and closer to our place. But first, this right here, I think it's a real SNCF train car, if I'm not mistaken. Because up until now, we haven't seen any real trains. We've seen like locomotives that are used for rail repairs. We've seen trams from different cities. And so, what's this? It says Station Cafe. So, my theory is that this one isn't a place to stay. At least I hope so.
Well, there are boxes and everything. I think they're storing stuff in there.
Well, that's not a kitchen, but it's so cool. Maybe it's someone's place.
Yeah, there's laundry. That's the problem with...
Okay, well, the guys, they're just chilling, they're getting undressed. They see 2 weirdos with big cameras. For me, this one is the second coolest. My favorite so far is the Paris Metro. And the second is this thing. It's a military helicopter that the guy bought for 25,000 euros. In case of an accident, break in here. Like, I kind of like breaking it.
Like, really, there's no plate.
I think that one, he hasn't finished it yet. Because if you look inside, there are still some drywall things, some unfinished stuff, you know?
It belonged to the Navy and was used to tow people. If someone was drowning, it could rescue them.
Go ahead, try to attach yourself to that.
No, I don't want to break his thing. I find it a bit weird that you can buy military stuff.
It's like La Boiserie, who bought the tank.
Yeah, I still think it's weird.
When you buy military items, they must be demilitarized first. For example, tanks and cannons have to be sealed before they can be sold. Alright, we just arrived at our place. This plane, actually it's funny because, you know, it looks kind of fake, like, you know, it's not a real plane, but originally it is a real plane.
I'm just trying it out. I saw an opening and started to open it. That's where the place is. It's funny, but also kind of dangerous since you can open it from outside. Imagine someone opening it at night while you're sleeping.
Hello, sir. Are you sleeping well?
Yes, there's a bus behind. What?
Yes, there's a bus. It makes sense. Yes, because actually right behind the plane, there's also a bus that we won't show you because, well, we've shown a lot of accommodations and there are people inside, so we're not going to bother them. Are you ready to go back in? Yeah.
Go ahead, come on. Well, great.
I think I don't have the keys. I don't have the keys. I don't have the keys. I lost the keys. It's fine. I didn't forget the key at all. Okay, so we're inside our place for the day? Well, for the night mostly. Wait, you got the pilot's helmet. It's small, huh?
It fits on small heads, or maybe you have a big head.
Maybe I have a big head, or maybe they have small heads. Either way, I look cool.
Yeah, stuff like that makes everyone look cool.
Even...
Who are you thinking of?
I'm not thinking of anyone in particular, but not saying it eventually creates something.
Yeah, everyone has an image in their head then.
Who are you thinking of now? It makes you want to go on vacation right now.
Honestly, the interior doesn't look cheap. Like, you know, I was expecting them to put in, I don't know, a makeshift bed for it to be a bit poorly done with some wood, stuff like that. But here it looks good. Everything is, you know, it's well thought out.
Well, next there's the bed, all right? Classic.
Classic.
Classic bed, very stylish. I believe that's the actual company that built the plane.
Yeah, but it's just a mock-up. It's not a real plane, just a model.
We missed this. These are real airplane seats and you can buckle up.
Do you think it came with the plane or was bought separately?
No, he bought them for sure. Just a side note, but I'm sure he got them on LeBonCoin. Look, we found seats for 180 euros. I'm selling a set of 2 Air France first-class airplane seats from 1997. How is it possible that the guy ended up with that? No turbulence. Am I doing it right or not? Ah, damn.
You did it well.
And finally, the last part of the place, the coolest one, the cockpit, which isn't a real one, you know?
He still put a bed in there.
Yeah, it's only good for a bed. Honestly, it's if you have a kid, you put him there. If you don't like him, you know.
I think that's why it's there, since it's a campsite for families, so he has to provide at least 3 beds.
Honestly, you have a nice view from the cockpit because there's a boat like right in front with a little lake.
The boat and the lake belong to him, just to be clear. Well, he said it's been 25 years.
This campsite has been around for 25 years and he's collected vehicles gradually over time. And you know, I think that costs something still because, for example, the military helicopter, he paid 25,000 euros for that. Plus the modifications, that's at least another 10,000 euros.
I'm not sure if it's profitable or just a passion. Do they actually sell more because of it? I think so, but is it worth the investment?
I'm not sure, but for example, it replaces a mobile home. I don't know their cost, maybe 10,000 euros, so he might pay 2 or 3 times more, but they can charge more for it.
Yeah, but the mobile home is already set up. Here, he needs to bring in craftsmen and everything, I think. Plus, it's custom made.
But I think he's the one who does it, you know?
He handles everything himself, the connections and all. Before we arrived, he said he made a video that went viral, getting over 1 million views. He told me he now gets tons of requests. So I think when it comes to communication, it must work really well, like on social media.
Yeah, it works like crazy, you know? Honestly, you have the choice between a regular campsite and a campsite like this. Me, I'd go straight for this one, you know? And on top of that, it's on LeBonCoin. I didn't expect that when we started this concept, there would instantly be this meta aspect, like you can find junk everywhere on LeBonCoin.
This is a great example of a LeBonCoin campsite.
Yeah, that's it, honestly. If LeBonCoin made a campsite, if I were LeBonCoin, I'd do this, or even create a LeBonCoin style amusement park.
How can a company with its own product branch out? Disney could do that legitimately.
But they already have an amusement park.
Yeah, I know, that's why.
Okay. Well, listen, it's getting late, and then we'll see you next time.
Do you think there will be a hostess there for breakfast the next morning, huh?
Well, that was an extra, which I didn't take, you know.
Yeah, obviously, we're not in first class.
Well, no, but then we have the private jet, so
Your bed's right there, take it. I'll use the small double bed.
Hey, I'm done.
But no, I lose every time.
For the third place to stay, we found a boat that can be taken out into the middle of the water. Can you imagine? You're sleeping and the boat sinks? Sounds cool. Okay, we just arrived on the LeBonCoin boat. It's clean and looks amazing. I actually expected something more rustic.
Well, it is rustic, that's the definition.
I don't know, no.
But isn't it like wood and all that?
Yeah, maybe. What's the definition of rustic?
It's clean, I mean, it's really beautiful. There's an amazing charm. And you know, you've got all the decor, you've got like ropes and stuff. It's just great.
Yeah, but what's nice is that actually you're on a boat, but you still have a bit of comfort. That's what I meant by rustic. Like, I thought it was gonna be like, okay, you sleep on a plank. But here, the place has really been fixed up a lot.
Yeah, you know, I was worried. I was like, maybe it would be damp, stuff like that.
Honestly, it's great. It smells good and all. It'll be tough to find anything negative for the review. The funny thing is, it's an actual boat with a real steering wheel and microphone.
I don't think it works. Actually, it does.
That's for scanning the bottom to avoid crashing, since on the Loire, water levels change and there are sometimes sandbanks.
It's a sonar.
You know the terms?
It's great that everything you need to eat is here.
He really treated us, didn't he?
I think the guy brought a bottle, so he must make wine too. He put it in the freezer. Maybe we should get it out before it freezes. It's amazing. We're near Saumur, so there's plenty of wine.
A first aid kit is great since we always get hurt.
You know, in the same vein, on the fridge, you've got the instructions in case you drown. Instructions for rescuing and resuscitating drowning victims. Honestly, there's no real concept. It's just about following the steps and seeing if you can do it.
But here's a crazy fun fact. 2 years ago, the Olympic flame was on this boat. That's insane. An interesting fact is that since we're on a boat with no connection to the regular water supply, the water isn't drinkable. They probably fill a tank instead. He told us to drink bottled water, so we'll be careful. There's water here and more over there if we run out.
Maybe, like, the toilets are actually connected to the river, like everything.
He said it was actually connected to the river.
Do you really think fish benefit when you pee in the water?
Actually, I think he said that's the bathroom. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I understood what he said correctly, it's actually that this is the toilet, kind of a semi-macerating one. Don't throw anything in the toilet except toilet paper. Use the trash can for other waste. Actually, I think the water that's in there comes from the Loire River, but it's not sent back. No, it's not sent back into the Loire. I think basically if you flush, it's water from the Loire.
You think it's not sent back into the Loire? You think there's a collection tank?
Yes, I think there's a collection tank. The shower does have a small peculiarity.
Actually, a big one.
It's that, well, you know, there's this transparent shower, the bed right in front of it. But anyway, the shower's nice, huh? But yeah, it's just,
He stays on the dock. Some love rooms do less than that.
Honestly, the bed looks comfortable. Yeah, well, obviously we didn't show you, but if we go outside, there's a nice little table where you can chill. So, the name of this ship it's Topeta Lundi. Why?
Topete means see you later here, right? I think so.
I have to admit, I'm not familiar with expressions from this region.
Fact check. How many passengers could theoretically board?
I don't know, I'd say 12.
You're annoying. You know, the guy just checked right before.
Yeah, I checked just before. On LeBonCoin, the photo we saw of the rental showed a boat in the water. The boat is functional and we can take it out for rides, which is exactly what we asked the owners. Yeah, because it's the owner who drives, we don't have a boat license. Unfortunately, we won't be able to sleep on the water because we're right in the middle of the Loire and obviously there's traffic and I think it's not really legal. But the view is still nice. It's better if it's you, because you can tell whether you're in control of it. Careful, careful, careful. Finding the Hobbit house. The issue is neither of us has seen the movie, so we can't tell if it's accurate. We just know they're small. But the door seems a bit big to me for people who are supposed to be small.
No, I know there are houses, like in my imagination, big doors with small houses in mountains. Fact check. Actually, that's right, but the door is usually green.
But normally there's grass on it. Here there's no grass.
There's grass on it, you know.
Yeah, another nice feature of the place is that it comes with a barbecue and some Normandy wood, which is a little bit damp.
We'll see if it works and try making a fire to grill some Hobbit steaks.
Hobbit steaks. Seriously, for anyone who hasn't seen the movie.
Looks like more budget went to the table than the chairs.
At least breakfast tomorrow.
However, I have to admit that breakfast, you know, the sun is setting over there. But then the sun rises over there.
But yeah, honestly, the sunset, seriously, it's pretty insane, you know.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
They also have a little sign to talk about their heritage. It's nice.
Yeah, it would really remind you of mushrooms in Minecraft.
They're not lights.
Do you think they're lights?
Honestly, I'm not sure. But I just found out something wild. The house was built inside a container. That's impressive recycling. They added something on top to prevent leaks.
It kind of reminds me, you know, of hotels in Bali. Sometimes you see before and after shots, like there are beautiful walls, everything looks nice. But when you look behind a wall, it's just a bunch of random recycled stuff thrown together. What do you think Ninjax would say about that?
I'm Apache Ninjax, the man who solves all your problems. Fuse asked me to react to this thing that's probably very dangerous. What do we see? It's a little electrical setup. I feel like that's just a regular bandage. Yeah, it's definitely just a regular bandage. That's wild, but where'd you get it? It's just dangerous, that's all. So 0 out of 20, there you go. If you want my opinion, don't do it. Don't do it like that. Use regular insulating stuff, it's better.
Well, so clearly the central element of the place, the door. right? They put the whole budget into that.
It's also the element that gives the house this look.
On the other hand, we saw another house. The LeBonCoin listing is in the bio, where less effort was put into the door.
Yeah, but they focused on the interior. I think it was better.
They actually made a real lock. You can lock yourself in. Honestly, it seems fragile. It scares me. But then, man, on the other hand, well, we have a little problem with the lock. The lock is really stylish.
The lock is really rusted. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I think that with the years, one day we won't be able to open it anymore, you know?
Honestly, it's creepy, huh? But now, I understand better the idea of using a container, because making a round hole like that in a container is probably easier than if you did it with a brick wall.
Brick, definitely. The size is perfect, honestly.
Yeah, but inside, small downside, the smell. I think they imported the smell from the Hobbits too. Next, we enter the Hobbit's lair.
With a central tree that's really nice, honestly. It really adds a lot of style, you know?
It's plastic, you know? No, I'm really disappointed. Honestly, keeping a tree alive would make the whole thing go moldy.
No, a dead tree.
Yeah, but the dead tree wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah, it says made in China. Yes, which allows for 10 years?
No, but on the other hand, the overall feeling is okay. Plus, you know, they made a little effort with the decorations, like the lamps.
Well, there are lots of little decorations. There are candles that are kind of medieval style. You've got the books here that are even more medieval. Like, I think the first level, that's really old, huh?
Do you want to read a little book certified Hobbit? So, the question I'm asking myself is it the Lord of the Rings? And not at all, it's the new Roman parishioner. You know what? Let's do something. We'll add another audio track reading this book over the video if you're interested.
The watch time technique, we saw that it increased the watch time on the video we did with the subtitles.
You like the subtitles, so now we'll do the same for the parishioner. In my view, the downside here is the kitchen, though it's not bad. There's a bit of effort, like you have chocolates that look like poison cups. Do you know what kind these are?
They've been there for a long time, you know, but I think nobody ever eats them, and they've just stayed there since then.
I admit they're saving money, but yeah, honestly, this doesn't look anything like the Hobbit, sorry, but they made an effort and everything, but they just give you some old thing from a train station cafe counter.
Yeah, you actually buy this at the train station.
But yeah, it is. Honestly, it's really a shame. And the thing is, for me, it kind of ruins the Hobbit vibe. Maybe the guy is a fan of train stations, we don't know. Do you think it's a mini bar with stuff inside?
I'm wondering about that. Something that would be really cool, you know, is the attention to detail in Airbnbs. Like, imagine you open it and there are, I don't know, some little Hobbit beers or something like that.
That would be awesome, but it's impossible. A real masterclass. Impossible.
I would really love for him to be disappointed.
That's the wrong way.
No,
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Wait, there's a freezer.
Great, you can store your frozen meals there.
I think I'll head over there instead. It stinks. Oh.
Nope.
It smells like ice cream. No, like that.
I don't know, but there was a strange smell.
No, but seriously, man, the colors are so beautiful.
Yeah, honestly, it really is beautiful.
You know, our opinion in the end will be like, forget the Hobbit theme, but the location is really cool.
Well, so one small detail is kind of a shame. Instead of putting the Hobbit map, they put the Calvados map. So I think, you know, they're from Normandy, so they're proud of their region. But honestly, it still fits the idea. Still, it's a shame. They could have added that detail. I don't think it would cost more. And the last feature of this place, but not the least, is the bathroom. Honestly, nothing really amazing here. It's a bathroom, just a pretty normal one. There's a bit of a wood look. They made an effort. There are stained glass windows here and there. Honestly, you can tell they put effort into the facade. The rest of the building, well, overall, it does the job. Honestly, the mood was really nice, so we thought it was a great opportunity to do a mini podcast where we talk about everything and nothing. Here's a clip. So in the end, what would you say was the worst accident we've had in a video?
I'm not sure we're thinking of the same one.
After all that, we still have plenty of crazy housing categories to explore on LeBonCoin. If you want us to check those out, you know the drill. Hit the like button, subscribe, the boat on the Loire. See you later.
At the end of the video, you made an offer to buy.
I don't have any money left.